with Chris Urban from Butler Mortgage, and today we're going to be talking about something very important that is happening a lot. So it's about the wire fraud. We want to protect our customers, our buyers and sellers, and that's what we want to share with you. So Chris, thank you so much for coming by again and do this important video. I think that's a very important thing to share with our customers.
Yes, thank you for having me. This is very serious to protect our buyers, our sellers, including ourselves.
Let's start, and I'm going to just make a few questions so everybody can understand a little more what is wire fraud and what is happening today. What is wire fraud?
Okay, so wire fraud at a glance is kind of actually a simple concept. What they are doing is taking personal or information from other companies like title companies, mortgage lenders, real estate branches. They're taking information as, for example, like wire instructions or anything that ties to an account in which you would be sending money. So to give a quick example, you need to wire what we call an earnest money deposit to, let's say, a title company, and you need to send $1,000. Well, the main goal of wire fraud is to edit emails or faxes, text messages, anything like that that is set electronically to look like their information, but really sending it to their bank account. That way you lose that money forever. So it's very scary because once it's gone, it's gone. You can't get it back.
Yes, and that's why we want to protect buyers and sellers. Can you give us a statistic about the wire fraud?
This affects 131 countries in the world. It's not just here in the United States. It affects everybody in probably most major first world countries. They're saying, I think since like 2015, an attempted $5.3 billion was attempted to be stolen. So they're not playing around. They are going after anybody and everybody they can.
Wow, that's a lot. What are the common elements of a suspicious email?
So the most common ones are incorrect grammar. Sometimes, let's say someone is trying to hack my email and make it look like it's me emailing you a set of wire instructions that are not mine. They might take my logo, but it might be incorrect here, or my picture might be incorrect. The biggest ones are spelling issues and grammars. A lot of times you'll read a sentence and you'll be like, okay, that just looks out of place. You want to look for attachments. Sometimes they'll send an attachment that just makes absolutely no sense. That's one of the biggest ways that they can get you is just by sending you a simple attachment. Next thing you know, they have access to things that you didn't even know you had access to. So those are mindful aspects of anything, including faxes and text messages. Again, they're not just stopping at emails. They're going after any way to get a hold of your money. Which
are the best practice to protect yourself when wiring money?
The easiest thing to do in any transaction or any purchase, or if you're selling, is to call whoever it is you're sending your money to. So I'll give another example. Let's say you are purchasing a home and you're about to go close on that new beautiful home you're about to buy, and you need to send $40,000 to, let's say, the title company who's facilitating the closing. You're going to want to call the title company when you're at the bank about to initiate a wire. That's the key. You don't want to do it before, you don't want to look it up, you don't want to Google, you don't want to go to my email or anybody else's email. You're going to call them and you're going to want to say, hey, I am wiring money for a closing today. I want to confirm the wire instructions. They should not hesitate. They should not say, oh, give me 1 minute, I need to look that up. They should know that. They should have that ready for you. You're going to want to be cautious of that if they do hesitate or anything like that. But that's the easiest way to prevent. Just call and confirm on the phone by simply just saying, hey, I'm wiring money and I need to make sure I'm wiring this money to the right account. Because you're going to get certain numbers and you don't want to make sure the numbers you have are the incorrect ones.
And us as a real estate agent, we always try to follow up with the title company to make sure that they receive it. But as soon as you receive that information, it's better to just pay attention if you are doing for the right person.
And it brings up a good point. Anybody that's in a real estate role, if you're a title agent or if you're a real estate agent, it is all of our duty to make sure each and everybody that we work with is informed on this, because the better job we do the better job we go about spreading this information and about warning the people we work with, the easier it is for this to be avoided and hopefully maybe one day go away, or it won't be such a big deal anymore and it'll be behind us. So it's important to know that we can all be a part of this and make sure that a lot of this is prevented.
Yeah, we just need to be careful.
Yes.
So what are the preventions?
So there's a few things you can do. One is to always personally verify the information like we've spoken about. The couple things you can do with your own information as far as like your email accounts, constantly changing your email. I know at my office, we have to change it every month. Our password's always changing.
Yes.
And that goes to our email, that goes to our information where we store all the data that we get from the folks that we work with. All that information is always protected because we have certain firewalls and other software and things that will prevent people from getting into our emails. But the first line of defense is update your email passwords regularly. Don't be afraid to do that because that's probably the first line of defense that you can have. A couple more things you can do is when you're getting weird attachments, try to avoid those. Use encrypted emails is another little way of making sure that's protected. Password protecting your personal information if you are sending information out. You won't believe how many people may send us information like their social security number and they don't password protect it. So doing something simple like that will help. There's other tools like I think it's called Google Drive, Dropbox. You can use, as long as those are regularly updated on the passwords, you can use those meetings to help send information when you need to. Those are all great prevention factors to help.
That was very important and I hope you guys enjoy it. If you guys have any other question about the wire fraud, I think it's something that everybody needs to be careful and pay attention. So we are here to do everything we can to protect you as our customers, but whatever we can share with you and you advice or help to protect you, we are going to do. We are here for that. We are working for you.
Don't be afraid to ask questions. We are here to answer your questions. Make sure that your money, your lives, and your livelihood is safe.
Yes. And thank you again, Chris. I love this information. I think it's something that a lot of people are scared about, even us real estate agents. So thank you for sharing this with everybody. And I hope you guys enjoy it.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.